Ladies and gents, Amazon sellers worldwide, this is probably the most important online arbitrage product sourcing video you'll ever watch. We're going to jump inside my screen and talk about a ton of things that if you aren't doing in your Amazon online arbitrage product research, you will find very, very few, if any, profitable products. However, if you are implementing them, you'll find a ton of profitable products on Amazon. Let's jump inside my screen and talk through what that looks like. So where most beginner Amazon sellers that end up struggling with product research go wrong is they expect to just find profitable products when they're doing storefront stalking, looking inside the storefronts of other Amazon sellers, or when they're doing manual sourcing, going to manual websites like Target.com, for example, and manually sourcing for products, for example. Where they go wrong, though, is they think they can find stuff good on there when typically that isn't the case. Instead, what you do is you make items profitable using a variety of different ways to manufacture profit margins, like I'm going to show you guys how to do in this specific video right here. So if we take a look at this item right here, we can see it's buy boxing for $41 on Amazon, and there's currently 800 reviews, and there's a pretty good rank here. We can see we're at 700K, but if we take a look at the chart right here, we can see there's some offer count movement. People make money on this product right here. And you have to remember too, sales rank is relative. A 200K rank in the grocery category, which is a very small category, sells significantly worse. 200K in grocery really never sells. Meanwhile, in clothing, shoes, and jewelry, and home and kitchen that are really, really big categories, those high rank items can still totally sell. And that's why a product like this you'll see has a 700 rank, but there's 800 reviews on this item. So we can see the buy box is currently 41. Now, if we take a look over here on the Tommy Hilfiger website, it's going for $25.50 here. So if we plug in $25.50, we can see this item is just about break even. It's not good. However, we can see where most beginners go wrong is they say, okay, that item doesn't work, and then they just keep it moving. Instead, we can honestly just use our eyes right here and see that there's a 25% off extra that we can factor in here. So a lot of people miss different sales that are going on by not just looking at it. Sometimes there'll be like coupon codes at the bottom of the screen, for example, right? We can see in this case, this is just a newsletter sign. There's no discount along with it, but sometimes there will be, for example, right? So now we go to this listing over on Amazon and we plug in minus 25% right here, right? And use the available discount. And now we can see this item becomes a nice profitable SKU, right? And what we can also do is we can go over here on Card Bear, right? And buy discounted gift cards, which is another big hack. And we can see on Tommy Hilfiger, they're not that good, but on a lot of websites, there are really good discounted gift cards. And now this listing would become even better if, say, for example, those discounted gift cards did become higher there. But that's what a lot of beginners are missing is they just don't, they don't really understand making items good, and taking advantage of coupon codes that you can literally see on the screen right here tends to be what ends up making items good. And what you really need to get is that most websites have like one or two tricks you need to implement that make tons of stuff on their profile, or it could just be a sale that doesn't happen super often but does happen sometimes. For example, so we can see this Carter's item is currently buy boxing about $29 right here. We can see over on SellerAmp, our max cost is $14. Now we can see, taking a look over here on the Carter's website, these are going for $13, which either way makes it nice and profitable. However, I want to make as much profit as I can. We can see down here in the bottom left, there's actually a 20% coupon we can also toss on here. So going in here on SellerAmp, I can take off this 20%, and now this item becomes even better. But on top of that, I can also use a discounted gift card. So taking a look over here on Card Bear, we can see GCX, there's 16% gift cards. We can probably get a reasonable size one in the ballpark of like 13, 14% on there that covers a decent amount of purchase or the entire purchase. And then we have a little bit left over for future ones. So say we can get 13% off right here. We just go ahead and factor this in. This becomes even more profitable. Say, for example, if this item was going for 26, that 13 might not have worked right there, but tacking on that coupon, discounted gift card, they become even better. Furthermore, a lot of beginners miss that using the merchant fulfilled calculator on SellerAmp for items that are very, very light here, this is a 6 ounce, $29 product here, can make items even better too. And that's the kind of thing where you wouldn't know that something could be profitable merchant fulfilled and not FBA if you're not taking a look at the calculator. So if we rock and roll down here, we can go ahead and see that factoring over to merchant fulfilled right here, we can see FBA, this is a 100% or 101% ROI. FBM, it's a 110% ROI. And the difference on that in this case doesn't matter too much because it's already super profitable. However, for a lot of items, right, that are lower ROIs, that can make all the difference right there. So you guys really, really got to make sure you're not just taking a look at items on sale. You're stacking on these coupon codes, discounted gift cards, running the merchant fulfilled calculator, and that's going to make stuff a lot more profitable. Another example of a scenario similar to this is this Yankee Candle Black Friday sale, which looks like a total banger. Literally buy two, get three free. The cool thing is there's also a great rewards program on Yankee Candle called Fragrance Cash. You can find out how that works on Google, right? And the website just tells us, for example, we can also see right here, a little 20% off code right there. Not bad whatsoever. We can stack that on. And how many people just aren't thinking about that or aren't thinking it works if they do go ahead and see it? And all you have to do is add it to cart to go ahead and implement that right there. And that's super, super important too. And honestly, I think too many people look to do manual sourcing on unproven websites. What makes a lot more sense is the storefront stalking method of going to a listing like this, you can see is good, and then opening up the sellers that are carrying this product and seeing what other products they're carrying. Because a lot of beginners think the magic is finding the right items, when the way I think about it, the magic is making every items that you can see a lot of people making money on good through all these different discount methods right here. Walmart, for example, is a pretty unique one. Taking a look at this item, we can see this item's going for $13 on Walmart, $12.98 right here, right? So we can see this is pretty close to being good. It's already a 20% ROI, for example, right here. Take a look over here on Cardbear. Walmart looks like we can comfortably get, 7% off, for example, right here. So if we go ahead and take off 7%, right, this listing becomes pretty close, or it becomes good, or above that 30% ROI criteria. However, there's also what's called tax exempt on Walmart. So I can submit and get literally, it's allowed here to get a resale certificate from my state to avoid sales tax when I'm buying for reselling purposes. So now I currently have 8% sales tax factored in on my SellerAmp backend. So I can take off this sales tax right here because in my SellerAmp settings, I have that factored in. And now this listing becomes a lot more profitable here. And where a lot of people go wrong is they wouldn't know that websites take tax exempt. They wouldn't know that there's discounted gift cards that you can go ahead and use. And the cool thing is, all you have to do to figure out if a website takes tax exempt is literally just go ahead and Google it right there, which is pretty conveniently, honestly, that you can just go through this checklist of like, does this website have discounted gift cards? Does this website have tax exempt? Does this website have any coupon code on the free extensions like Capital One Shopping and Coupon Birds? Is there a coupon code that just pops up, for example, like there is on Carter's, like there is on Yankee Candle, right? Tommy Hilfiger just showing up right here. Dick's Sporting Goods, it's embedded at the bottom of the screen. Shop WSS, if you just go ahead and Google, Shop WSS coupons, for example, right here, literally the first option here on Google, the first organic link is a nice link to a bunch of coupons, for example, right here. And then on the back end, a lot of retailers have really good rewards programs too. So for example, Rack Room Shoes here, right? They have buy one, get one, 50% off select styles that stacks on eligible products with this 30 off 150. And on top of that, there's a really, really good rewards program. Every $1 spent gives you 1 point, and every 200 points is $15 in rewards for future purchases that you can go ahead and loop in. And it's just super, super important that you guys go ahead and implement this stuff. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to be the difference. I full-heartedly believe this, between finding very few items profitable and making a lot of items profitable right there. Because the magic isn't finding the items, the magic is making them good. If you guys already haven't taken advantage of the SellerAmp sale, it's the only sale we run all year. You can check the link in the description or go ahead and hit the link at the top of your Chrome extension right there to get the annual upgrade, get 12 months for the price of 9, just signing up for the annual plan right there. Hope this video is helpful. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know down below in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great one, SellerAmp Nation. Let's crush Q4.